We have the startup sitting in the middle. He's just starting. We need to give him the maximum encouragement. Yeah. So I'm sure we have people have lots of questions. So I'm going to keep my question short, and everyone is welcome to ask questions. So to warm up, let's have a quick survey. One singular answer. What's your forecast for green hydrogen price in 2025 and 2030? It's very important for us because we are making investments based on some assumption about the green hydrogen price. What's your best take, best guess green hydrogen price in 2025 globally? Like what's the best price would be? Who wants to start? Or we want to go around? That's true. You're materials person, yeah, we will skip you.
Well, forward-looking statements, always the same problem. I mean, from the DOE in the US, we know that they are aiming for something like, $1 per
kilogram.
Per kilogram, yes. This will not be the case for quite a while, I guess.
That's very high.
If any technology will come to that level soon, I guess it's outlined. For the systems that we are envisioning, when you use pressure levels 10, you see also on the slides of vignettes right now that you are, in terms of capex and cost of the electrolyzer stack, quite limited when we want to come to these areas. The system, that's why we in the future will have different systems, alkaline and polymer electrolyte. Every use case is a little bit different.
Yeah, but okay, you are already answering too long. We just want one quick number.
Okay, one hammer.
$1. Okay.
No, not $1. I mean, that's DOE. So that's my impression is it's rather maybe to double, maybe.
$2. Okay. What's your guess, Liu Zong?
我其实没有特别大的概念，因为我觉得这个其实价格更多的还是取决于可再生能源电价。这个无论是这个碱性多低或者排放降多少，实际上对最终这个氢气的总的成本影响的占比还是相对比较小。但是我比较同意他的观点，我认为下降的速度会有，但不会那么乐观，可能不会能够按期达到1美元的那个标准吧。
What's your guess? I added another question. What's the blue hydrogen, green hydrogen? What's your estimate? Air Liquide must have an estimate.
Yeah, but it also depends a lot about the cost of electricity, which is also decreasing a lot. But yeah, let's say by 2030, we should not yet be at the parity with grey hydrogen, so a bit less than €2 should be reasonable, but it's
Great. Our next investment will assume it's $2, so at some point. So I guess we're not too far off. Okay. Next question. What's your strategy for China versus your home country? I guess this is for our companies who are headquartered outside of China. Do you have different strategy for hydrogen in China versus, for example, for Arkema in France or in Europe or US and so on? Are you having different strategies?
Now I make it quick. We are open to sell to anyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you are localizing production, right?
I mean, we are a global company. We already have operations in America.
Okay.
For us, we for sure we are pushing to make the localization as fast as possible. So far we don't have too much grades we can produce here in China for the hydrogen applications. So that's our target and our
China is important for us, but it's true that entering in the energy market in China on the power to X topic is a bit more challenging because energy is always linked in many ways to sovereignty. So we will be more in support to state-owned enterprise like Sinopec, which is a very strong partner, rather than being more at the forefront. While in France we could play, or in other smaller countries, we could play a bigger role on this topic.
康明斯在美国和中国有什么不同的策略吗？
至少从电子厂的研发层面，我觉得倒没有一个不同的策略，因为我们是现在作为一个格斗部的一个团队，然后在解决现有产品的一些时效问题，还有下一代产品的一些开发问题呢，作为一个团队，所以说并没有特别大的一个区别。但是这1-2年来也会有一些变化，我觉得可能还是受一些中美关系的一些影响啊，但是现在可能在向好的方面在发展。但今年上半年，然后尤其是前1-2个月，然后康明斯总部的高层领导频繁的然后来中国来考察吧。他们对那个ABU， 也就是我们 Acceptor 这边还是非常感兴趣。从董事长，然后到这个事业部的领导，然后再到这个康明斯集团的一个总工，他们看到中国的这个速度其实还确实让他们非常震惊的。所以说现在给中国这边的定位不单单是要完成简单的一个国产化这样的，更大的一个定位是希望这个中国这边的一个快速的对这个技术的发展和推动，以及这样的呢能够为整个康明斯的整个产品的一些增效和提升竞争力做出更大的一个贡献。
Great. Yeah, I have a question for you. I'm also always curious, how is it, because hydrogen is a gas, right? The hydrogen gas industry, how do you view it differently than the traditional as a gas industry? Seems to be more complicated. Would you what's your target when you make a project for hydrogen, build and operate? What's the IRR or return on investment target? Do you have different target for hydrogen versus other gases, or?
No, actually we are very conservative on those things because we have a very strong finance team. So no, in terms of return, we are expecting the same thing, but we are also not that greedy in our returns. So, usually it's around 12% for all our projects. But after, don't forget that we are investing since 60 years on hydrogen. We are operational all over the world. So we have already established operations. Then the question is, hydrogen as an energy of new markets, should we expect the same? In many ways, some projects, some initial projects, definitely not. When we are small scale and we are just taking risk, so that's why you need to have a bit of subsidies to compensate. But if you have subsidies, you also accept to have a bit lower return. But for the future, no, we do expect to be, for our project, which would be hydrogen for industry plus for mobility together with synergies, we expect to have a similar return. And that's why we will less enter in the energy type of market, which is not our market. I mean, there is a lot of oil and gas and power producers that will enter in those energy-related markets with lower expectation of return or much higher. I mean, I'm talking about lower when we are talking about pipeline, for example, or very high when we are talking about energy in the future.
Okay, 12% is what I remember, other than one number. Okay, so yeah, my last question, and then I will let other people ask. It's about this whole globalization or regionalization or localization kind of trends that is seen across all the industries, right? Are we seeing what's your view on the hydrogen industry? Are companies aligned more? Would we see different alliances and so on in different regions or different different localities in terms of hydrogen business. It's probably another open-ended question. We can start with you. In terms of this material supply, we see different solutions for different regions in your area.
Yeah, since the impact from COVID and later on for the Ukraine wars, so in our company we see the localization is more and more important, especially in China, because we blocked for months, so we cannot get supply from other regions like we do before. So for our management team in China, they are pushing a lot and harder than before to make more and more products we can produce here in China. That's a key trend for us, and I think we will speed up in the coming years.
But it's the same product, it just
Yes,
produces
same
the same,
Yeah, for hydrogen market, I think we see it's more likely the same things in the oil and gas, like Miguel said, that it takes a much longer time to qualify the materials, and it costs a lot for the test and anything related for the productions. So we will keep the same qualities and same supply terms as we did in other regions. So that's the same. We will not change too much in our side.
Okay.
Well, I'm not a strong believer in trade wars and protective taxes. Therefore, I think it would be very agnostic to material supply as we are to stay open with everything. But on the other hand, as long as it increases our market share, overall market share, we also appreciate reshoring of a lot of the markets that now come back from Asia to Europe. So, I mean, it's always a two-sided sport, but I'm very, very positive that we make supply chains more robust, because we've seen from COVID, we learned that, even small problems can have a huge problem afterwards. So I think it's learning by feeling pain from the past, and let's see how robust they actually get until the lowest price rules again.
康斯这点呢，就是说，我觉得就是既有 localization 又 globalization 啊，就是以前的发动机业务举例的话，就是说，当年的康明斯在国际上它的发动机是比中国要具有明显的优势的，所以说中国的以前大概从75年、71年、82年代到可能甚至在2010年之前，更多的还是一个 localization 的这么一个角色啊。但是随着我们研发能力的逐渐的提升，然后这些年的话，实际上在全球的一些发动机的平台上，是中国在向外输出技术啊和它的供应链，对，所以说我觉得这中间就是需要有一个过程。那么我们水电解的话，现在来讲的话，我们相对于中国这边，相对于水机呢，相对于那个北美那边的话，我觉得还是有一定的差距。所以说我们现在的角色更多的还是 localization 的这么一个角色，但是在整个这个我们当代这个产品的这个时效分析以及下一代的产品开发上，我们在中国这边在一些具体的工艺或者部件上是占一定的主导地位的。比如说我们在冲压双极板的开发以及这个镀层技术的开发上，我们是这个更多的是以中国这边为主啊。还有另外一个康明斯的话，它的供应链是全球统一管理的，除了部分地区，比如说在美国，现在受一些补贴政策的影响，它必须在本土生产。实际上，如果没有这些政策的影响限制之外，它的供应链基本上是统一的。也就是说，假如说我们在中国，然后我们逐渐测试认可的供应商，也是可以向全球去供应的，这也是一种 globalization 啊。所以说，对中国这边呢，比如说一些像材料啊、像部件啊，包括一些关键工艺啊，我觉得都是有机会的。好，谢谢。
So I would say ideally it would be great to have every part of the world using their best strengths to accelerate on the energy transition. China is amazing at time to market, at scaling up. Europe is very great at energy efficiency related topics. So it would be ideal to combine the strengths of each block. Unfortunately, it's not what's happening today. There is a lot of competition and a lot of mistrust between the different blocks. What I see also is that for a while we were hearing, and we are still, there's still a lot of appetite to have hydrogen imports through ammonia, through hydrogen, liquid, no matter what, imports of energy from elsewhere. I see some countries like Japan, Korea that are already reconsidering to scale down those imports and produce much more locally. So the trend for me is much more, it's much more towards let's isolate ourselves and produce everything by ourselves, even to the detriment of the acceleration of the hydrogen market development and the detriment to the energy transition overall.
Yeah, it's we actually recently wrote a paper about multinational companies' business model in China, and we believe that it went from global for China, so selling what you develop outside of China to access the market, to local for local, which is the most like Arkema and so on doing in terms of localized production here, and so to what we actually believe needs to happen, which is local for global, so local innovation for global markets. That's all at least what CM is investing in. We are investing in companies like Dr. Fan's company that we believe they have a local innovation that can go to address the global market. So our tagline is to hopefully going from local to global, a little bit like Cummins is Yu Zong说的, yeah, we believe there are areas that China can innovate for the world-leading innovation for the global market. Hopefully we can all live in a happy world with no issues of deglobalization. Yeah, so I let the audience ask more questions because we have the leader of hydrogen all here. So any question from the audience?
那现在眼下呢，这个大规模执行呢，可能已经成为这个检曹的天下。比如说是，请问这个康明斯刘总，然后就是我们这个PAN，然后可能在国内的这个应用场景，然后基于在国外的这种大规模的应用，这个在国内这一块，你们认为的这个市场在哪里，前景在哪里？然后顺便呢分享一下咱们国外，你们可能积压了1个亿啊或者5个亿订单，这个。是什么样的行业或什么场景？分享一下。好，谢谢。
我先回答你后一个问题吧，就是说，现在即便是在国外啊，它这个也主要还是以这个小规模的示范为主啊，每个项目的规模也不大，基本上就是几十兆瓦啊，也就是这么样一个级别，20-30个兆瓦，然后或者最高点的50-60个兆瓦，差不多就是这个样子。你要是说这个从应用领域来讲的话。包括一些化工作为一个化工原料，然后包括一些合成氨的一些示范，这些都有啊。但是我觉得还不成气候，都是以示范为主啊。第一个问题的话，就是关于这个在中国PAN的市场在哪里啊？我觉得现在来讲的话，我觉得在中国谈PAN的市场确实是很难的一个事情啊，因为可能是在加氢站的话。加氢站可能比较适合PAN，但是现在加氢站的这个真正上的这个数量也是非常有限的所以说我觉得对我来讲的话，我倒并不是很在意这个它的市场在哪里我很在意的是这个怎么样能够快速的降本然后真的去让它去和碱性具有相当的这种竞争力因为我们来自不同客户的声音的话，给我们的反馈还是很明显的。也 是我们自己也测算过，只要这个PEM系统总的成本、初次投资成本能够降到这个碱性的2倍以内实际上在综合制成成本上 ，PEM 应该会更有优势一些。如果将来的话，再结合这个风光离网之前的话 ，PEM 的优势可能会更高一些所以说，对我们当务之急来讲的话，目标就是降本。我们认为我们大概在2026年左右的话，可能才会迎来这个 PEM 在中国的一个相对比较快速的一个增长期。那么目前到24、25，主要还是在我们的产品上。
好，谢谢。谈到成本了，然后珍惜一下提问的机会。我问一下这个上海动氢就是现在可能也了解到这个市场上目前这个电解水的这个载量，也可能也有一些机构或者一些公司在持续在研究这个降低的这个低的一个含量的一个研究。也就是现在市场也有一些这样的研究电机公司在出售。但现在来看呢，就是低载量的，就是0.5、0.6的这种载量和2.0的载量，它这个磨练机可能在现在看的话，这个可能这个价格有体现，就是价格上升，就是市场询问哈。比如说这个为什么会出现这种趋势？是因为这个技术更厉害吗？
这个我想可能从2点来考虑吧，一个还是国内目前整个就像 PEM 磨练机这个制备，它其实还没有规模化可能都还是一些这个小规模的这个制备，所以它整个制备上的这个成本是比较高的，大于它本身的这个材料成本，导致了我做这个0.5和这个2两毫克的这个产品，可能卖出去，现在政府对外的报价可能是类似的。第二个就是从催化剂的角度，它可能往这个第一化走的这个情况下，它也就是它可能那个本身这个催化剂也没有达到一个这个直接量产的这个情况所以导致了它这个成本的这个就是现在目前实际的销售的价格没有那么高。我觉得这块还是要等整个 PEM 的量这个起来之后，它这个一的这个量的对于本身的这个降本也有很明显的体现。对。
好，谢谢。咱们这个动氢是做催化剂是吧？
对，我们主要是做催化剂，然后我们也能做这个磨电机，在磨电机这块也有这个基于我们的催化剂的制备技术。
像 CCM 这块也有出货了吗？
我们现在也是有对 CCM 一些验证出货了，就因为本身市场现在还比较小嘛。
行，好，谢谢。
First, I have a question for Christian. I saw your amazing data for your catalyst working life, which is 40,000 hours. And I would like to ask, which factor do you think contribute most to the working life of the catalyst? For example, the rational design of the catalyst, or the higher irradiant loading, or something else?
Well, I mean, in the end, these are, I mean, you need a robust active metal carrier interaction. And to tune this right, to get it to this robustness levels that you've seen, that's not only the only case. You also need a very robust strategy to run the electrolyzers. So you cannot do anything without having the right engineering behind it.
Okay. That comes another question for the comments for Mr. Liu. Like you've talked about, 你刚才提到就是在催化剂fail 之前，别的部件已经 fail 了。然后这个 fail， 您对 fail 的定义大概是多少小时？然后目前您觉得其他比较掣肘的，或者说是目前是瓶颈的一些parts 是哪些？然后它们目前的话。主要的一个寿命大概在多久？这个您从工程上可以解释一下。
我首先澄清一下，所谓的 fail 的话，并不是说我们整个电解槽就是批量性的出问题，就是说 在我们这个因为在那么多的，比如说在几十个项目的这种实际运行过程当中，我们确实是发现有一些电解槽是提前就失效的啊。这种失效呢，可能来自于几个方面啊。我觉得反正我们已经发现的，其实可能来自于这个膜的窗口啊，这个是比较大的一个方面。然后来自于镀层的剥离或者脱落啊，还有来自于这个比如说 CCM 边缘的一些破损造成的一些短路，这其实这些方面的这个比例占比啊，要远远大于这个催化剂的流失造成的这个现有的设计。
明白。然后另外一个也是关于您企业目前的一个发展问题，因为康明斯已经跟中石化在广东那边建了一个合资公司叫康明斯恩泽，然后您就是您企业内部对于这个公司的定位以及未来这种合资化公司运营的一个规划大概是什么样的？尤其是这种跟国资进行合资的公司。
这个问题实际不适合我来回答，因为这可能是康明斯高层需要考虑的问题。我仅仅是在下面一个做试探我只能尝试着试图以我得到的一些信息来简单的理解一下这个因为康明斯以前的这个策略还是和国内的很多车企成立合资公司是这个样子。然后其实主要解决的是它的一个市场销售的问题这是它的主要的初衷。那么康明斯和中石化其实是中石化下面的这个恩泽资本对吧？成立的合资公司。初衷呢也是为了希望利用中石化能够带动在中国的这个市场推广是这么一个逻辑。那么按照这个逻辑来讲的话，就是其实康明斯目前和中石化是有一个几年的这么一个怎么讲叫排他期，就是在这几年之内是康明斯只能和中石化合作但是在这个之外，实际上并不排除康明斯还会和别的公司一起成立合资公司甚至一起对。
OK， 明白。那其实更多还是在于系统，包括电堆系统方面的合作。这种电解槽在国外，
就是电解槽不要在国外，电解槽是掌握在康明斯独资公司里面，对，要么在国外，要么在临港，是这个样子。
OK， 明白。感谢您回答。Thanks for the question. Happy answer.
Any other questions?
That's great. Let's go for lunch, I guess. Yeah. Thank you again for all the speakers who gave a great presentation and very insightful sharing this morning. So we can go to lunch and then visit Wolf Hydrogen. Yeah.